Welcome to selfdiscoverywisdom.com, formerly known as Self-Discovery Media. On these podcasts, you're going to hear people who speak from the heart. They've taken the journey in life. Many things have happened to them, but they've changed it to happening for them. And in their strength, their courage, they've discovered their abilities and their wisdom, and they are now sharing it here with you. Do enjoy each show. We bring it to you with love and knowing that it's going to help you on your journey of life. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Sarah's View of Life, right here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com. I'm your host, Sarah Troy. The waiting game. You know, it's always said that if you wait long enough, it will appear. That is true of so many things. But it's also the seeding. Nothing grows without seeds. And when you seed things with the right intent, and you water and you nurture, the growth will come. But when it will come, that's up to the universe. At the present moment, I am waiting for a grandson to be born. Mama's past due date. We are waiting on tenterhooks. I have my phone right next to me waiting for that call. Nana, I need you. I've got to look after the other two. My mama has the third one. And we're all waiting with bated breath to meet this new little boy. And it's an exciting as well as anticipatory, wait where you know that there's going to be this bundle of joy. And it's nerve-wracking and wonderful all at once. But the same applies to other things that we do in life. I have, just as I've said through my shows where I used to be the hare, I had a vision, I chased after it, wanted to have it done. Oh, I see it, let's build it, let people come. Can't everybody see it like I do? And it didn't always materialize because I went too fast and didn't always take the right steps on the way. I've now become the plodder, older and wiser. And as a plodder, I have learned to listen, to pay attention, to meet and greet, to make connections, and to build something of importance along the way. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And on that journey, I have been seeding. All you can do is be inspirational to be invitational. And when people are inspired, the invitations come. When you inspire others, you invite them to take their journey of life, to go where they need to go by pivoting, by redirecting, by reaching out to someone you've interviewed, by inspiration. I have recently been booked for a summit because somebody saw what I was doing and thought that I would be a good asset to it. I've also got a speaking arrangement coming up locally where I will be speaking and interacting with people on the knowingness. I have been in 4 books and anthologies and created my own. And all of this came through the plodding. It all came through just taking the one step in front of the other. Really, truly listening and paying attention to what is important and what isn't. Not chasing the rabbit, not chasing the carrot, but looking at, is this really valid? Is it really meaningful? Is it really going to serve someone? And does it come from my heart? People say, who do you interview, Sarah? And I say, all those that come from the heart and have something meaningful to share that's going to illuminate somebody else's path. I don't care what they're talking about. Obviously, hate not. No conspiracy is all on there. But about why are they doing what they're doing? How has it moved and changed their lives? And then how are they serving other people and whom are they serving? But it's always back to that why. Why are you doing it? And sometimes we set out on a journey and we think, I want to achieve this and I want to achieve that. And along the way, you do kind of the 2-step, a little to the left, a little to the right, a little back and forth. And different things reveal, different things show you, oh, maybe this is a good direction to go into. Not far off field, but let's see where this takes us. You don't want to go somewhere that's going to take you so far removed from something that you thought was meaningful. But how do you kind of go down this branch and see what it has to say and do? And make sure it doesn't take you so far away from the main road. Or is it something you need to look at? I'm going to put a pin in that. A great idea, but I'm not ready for it yet. This is something I can come back and revisit at a later time. And then you will know when that later time is. It took 5 years for our Forgotten Children anthology to come to be. I really desired to do it, but it was finding the right people, the right time, the right circumstances. Then all of a sudden, I'm invited to be in other books. I'm encouraged to write my own. What we're building in our lives and in our business, and they must parallel each other, is the authenticity of who we really are, our heart, our soul, our spirit, our purpose. Why are we doing it? If you're still chasing the rah, rah, the 6 figures, boom, 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 not my arena. But I also question whether that is one of happiness or chasing an expectation. Because when you find something so meaningful, and yes, it can be a 6-figure product, it can be serving so many people, you can have an abundance of energy around it. But is it coming from the very core of you? Is it your core belief in it? Is it your core purpose? Is it something that is being generated from the very core of who you are? Because ultimately, if we're putting time and effort into something, we want to make sure that it's coming from the core of who we are. A lot of people go into business chasing something or creating something because they're good at something and it's easy for them. And then they sell the business or leave the business and go on to something else because it didn't satisfy them. And really what it didn't do is feed the core. You see, when it feeds the core, you know where to go next. You know how to expand. You know whom to expand to because it's coming from that core. Now, what is the core? Some people call it the gut instincts, the mindfulness, the heartfulness, the soulfulness. I call it the knowingness. The soulfulness is when the soul receives its wisdom from a higher power. God, universe, source, energy, spirit, universe, whatever you wish to call it. You download that knowledge that you need to know, that wisdom. It resonates so much in your heart, even though you may not have a complete picture. And you give it to your spirit. Your spirit, in that trust and that enthusiasm, goes to your mind and extracts from your mind with clarity what it needs to do to harness this wisdom, to use this wisdom in the right way. And then we truly do see something that comes from that heart and soul that's meaningful, that's solid, grow. And it's growing because it's come from the right place. If it's coming just from the mind, and the mind says, I have to do this to be important, to be liked, to get ahead, I've got to work 100 hours a week, I've got to chase this, I've got to kiss this person's butt, I've got to cheat that person out. You're doing it because society said that's how you get ahead. But when we look at it, all those people that gave all those hours and they lost out on family and friends. They lost out on a healthy lifestyle. They lost out on their own health, their own well-being, their own joy, because it was always chasing this importance of the next deal, the climbing of the ladder, the associating with the right people. And yes, you do need to associate with the right people, but you need to question, who are those right people? Are the people you have to kiss butt in order to get to the next veil or cutthroat? Because that's costing you. It's costing you your heart and soul. It's costing you your very spirit. It's costing you your wisdom. When we come from that place of heart and soul, when we are truly in something because it is meaningful, then we truly actually understand the enrichment and the abundance of it. See, at the end of the day, it's not the big dollars and how much you've made. It's how many lives have you impacted? How many lives have been changed for the better? How enriched and abundant do you feel from the inside out? If you've made a lot of money, how does your conscience know what to do with it? Yes, have a nice home, a nice car, good trips, spoil people. Yes, have all of that. And then take a chunk of that beautiful money that you've earned and plant seeds and opportunities for other people. Because watching those opportunities, those seeds grow in other people, where they have the ability, because someone has invested in them, given them a platform, given them support to follow their own dreams, is so fulfilling. It is so nourishing to your very being. And when we do that, instead of hoarding it and it's all mine and buying a bigger yard and a bigger this and bigger that, you're trying to buy happiness. You're trying to buy fulfillment. But that fulfillment always comes from making a difference in somebody else's life. Watching someone take an opportunity that would never have it normally and take that opportunity and go with it, grow with it, and become with it, and illuminate with it. It's so satisfying to see that you had that impact on someone, that they're now living and fulfilling their dream. No money in the world actually will give you that feeling, then that satisfaction. It isn't about, well, now I'm a trillionaire, big deal. I'm so scared people are going to come and take my money. Oh, now I'm so much in power. Ha, ha, ha. But instead of making all that money, it is all the people that helped you make it, giving them shares, giving every single one of them, right down to the janitor, amazing bonuses so they can have a better quality of life. You will find the richest people very often treat their workers the poorest. When you are an enriched heart and soul, you will then enrich heart and souls. That's really what it's about. I think we always have to ask our why. Why are we doing what we're doing? Why is it so important to us? Would we get up every day and do it whether we're being paid or not? Is it something that generates joy inside of us? Is it something that you feel finally at last you're at home, you're where you're meant to be, this is it? Do you feel satisfied with what you're doing and the impact that it's having? And even though you may not see the impact straight away, you know that out there it's doing some good, even if you don't get to know it straight away. I know there's always this result stats and this and that. As a podcaster, I look at the stats, how many people have looked at the site, how many people listening to the shows, but I have no gauge of how many people who are hearing, not unless they make comments themselves. And not everybody does. And I don't do these shows for people to make comments, although it is really, really nice to hear them now and again, because then I know people are actually getting something out of them. But I do it because I'm compelled to share what I have learned, what I have observed, what I've learned from all the interviews that I've done from my 71 years of living. If I share the experiences I've had, the knowledge that I've gained, the why I'm doing what I'm doing, the exuberance of what I'm doing, and that benefits somebody else's life, hallelujah. Even if it's only one life that has gained something from it, and they're pivoted in a new direction, hallelujah. We have no control over the masses. We see in government today leaders stirring things up, especially divide and hate and misinformation and miscommunication and annihilation as a way of controlling and getting people riled up for them to become puppeteers. When we have stepped into our soul purpose and we are our own person, we are not controlled by those people because they're looking to cause fear and hysteria. And in that hysteria, they are looking to make people feel mindless, that they cannot think for themselves anymore. They're just going to buy whatever they're given. When you step into your true self, your own authenticity, your why, your essence, your core being, and you truly are at one with self, you and your universe, you and your God, you are at one, then you truly understand they're just salesmen trying to make a deal, and disruption is their currency. And you don't need to be disrupted if you have found your calm, if you've found your center, and if you've found your core. It's always back to that core. I do not make decisions if my core disagrees. If my core says don't do it, I don't do it. I don't question, I don't argue. It's wiser than me. If it doesn't give me a warning, and there is still this compelling feeling I need to do something, I will investigate, I will explore, I will look at how much work needs to go into it. And if that enthusiasm and the illumination and the details start coming into play, and there's still no warning from my core, instead there is go for it, then I will go blind, deaf, and dumb in order to see, hear, and feel. Because it's through every step I take with awareness, being aware and caring, with opening up to knowing, to learning, to exploring, to be wondrous, that I discover what is possible and what isn't. What I need to close the door on, what I need to open the door on. If I go down the path and it was all enthusiastic at first, then the path is kind of, ooh, no, it's turned very, very rocky and a little unstable. Do I turn back or do I look for another path to take? Maybe I have to go through the bushes to find another path. It's telling me that this path has got treacherous. That is that warning that maybe it's not the right path to go. Or maybe you just need to wear different shoes in order to walk it. But when we're aware, when we're in tune with ourselves, with our universe, with that wisdom, the knowledge that we need in that moment is there. It will say to you, these rocks means that there's either a landslide or a rock slide. It's going to be dangerous. Or if you are going to go down this way, make sure you've got all your equipment in your backpack, you've got the right shoes on, and maybe some walking sticks for stability. If you truly want to explore where it takes you, maybe just off to the right or off to the left, just behind that bush or behind that tree, is another path you can take that could be parallel, still taking you down the road that you want to go on, still gathering the information you need to do, still towards that destination that you want to reach. It's just the willing to pivot, the willing to perhaps take a road a little less traveled, but also at the same time with a little caution. Whichever way you take it, it's always being aware. Be confident, but don't be cocky. Be self-assured, but don't be so assured that you're not paying attention to all the signs along the way. There will always be signs. And if we walk forward with blinkers on, we're not going to see them. Don't be in such a hurry that you miss the signs. I have in one of the courses I teach something called a view of life. Yes, this is Sarah's view of life, but I have a program called your view of life, your view of life. And it's a metaphorical journey that I take people on. And it is quite astounding of how much they miss in life that's literally staring at them. And they go, but how do I do it? How do I do it? How do I do it? The answer's right in front of them, but they're not looking, they're not paying attention, they're not being aware. It is always the little things that become the neon signs, not the neon signs themselves. When we slow down and we become present, we become at one with self and our universe, our God. When we feel our way through, not think our way through, the feeling will bring about the right thoughts. Thinking without the feeling, and I'm not talking about emotion, I'm talking about feeling the wisdom, the knowledge. That feeling will always bring you forward, always take you where you need to go. So, a little anticipation, excitement, wondrous, that explorational attitude of what else is out there, but making sure that where you are right now is secure, that you've done what you've needed to do here. Now it's okay to branch out, to go and explore other arenas. Maybe that great idea you had way back, this is the time now that you can actually do that because your roots and your foundation are strong enough to withhold the weight of that branch and all that you want to do on it. It's being aware. It's pivoting. It's listening. It's feeling. It's coming from the core of you. And it's that anticipation that reveals where you can go, when you can go, why you go, and who you can go to, and who you go with. It all will be revealed. It's just we've got to pay attention. See, here out of my hands is my grandson coming into the world. That's up to him and his mama. I know for her, she would just love to give birth right now. She's tired of being pregnant, literally tired. So we wait with bated breath for this new life to come. The seeds were planted, and they were very much grown, loved and nurtured, anticipation there. And with that birth and that new life comes the wonderment. We can give birth to ourselves. We can give birth to a new idea, but it's more than giving birth to it. It's the seeding of the idea, the nurturing, the loving of that seed so that you can give birth to it. And that includes yourself, letting go of the past and all that didn't work, letting go of those societal expectations and dictations, letting go of all those demands that others placed on you that you were doing just to please them at the expense of yourself. Finding yourself, your very core, by being present with self, listening in the inner child, the inner woman, man, the inner person that is wanting to speak to you and guide you and be your companion with the universe, God, universe, source, spirit, energy, whatever you wish to call it. Knowing how to recognize when it's a download, knowing how to feel that knowledge, how it resonates through your body, knowing where your core is. Is it just that gut instincts? Is it in your chest? Is it where in your body? That core will always speak to you, how to pay attention to it, how to travel with it. And to understand your why. What is it you really want to achieve in life? Whom do you really want to make a difference for? And how do you really want to do it? And first and foremost, who are you? Because when you answer that, then you'll have answers to everything else. So the first thing that you need to explore is yourself. Let go of all the expectations and dictations and hear yourself from the inside out. Find out where your divine connection is, how to download it, how to listen to it, how to let it navigate you and guide you forward, how to move forward in that trust, how to move forward in that belief, and how to move forward from a place of heart, soul, and spirit. So next week, I hope to tell you there is a new grandson, and I look forward to meeting him. I am very honored with all the guest speaking that I'm about to be doing. I'm very honored to be invited. I'm very privileged to be interviewing the people I interview. They've taken their journey. They've stepped into their meaningful purpose. They've followed their passion and they share it with me. They share it with you. So listen, learn, and apply. Because when you truly listen and you really learn something from them and you apply it to your own life, it pivots you into a better direction. That's how we grow. So until next week, folks, here's Nana Zara, anticipating waiting and very honored to be where I am in life. I've just turned 71. I have good friends, I have wonderful family, and I'm very privileged and very honored. But I know that I had to stop, to lick my wounds. I had to heal myself, and I had to really understand what was important and then follow that path. And I've been following it now for a number of years, and I truly know I'm on the right path. And I will let it lead me where I need to go, where I want to go, and how I want to do it. And it's a good feeling, folks. It's a real good feeling. So until next time, bye for now. We hope that you enjoyed the show. There are so many more for you here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com. Just go to the podcast tag at the top there and you will see all the many genres and all 3,000 shows ready for your listening. We are here to serve you, to help you on your journey of life, and we know that through inspiration, it begets invitation. We are supported by you, the listeners, and those that we interview. Anything that you can spare us in donation would be greatly accepted, and we do hope that you enjoy the next show.